for watching Virginia This Morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Happy Halloween. It is October 31st, of course, and we are getting ready for the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. I'm Amy Lacey here with my boo, Bill Bevins. Hey, Mr. B.
You need a snack.
I know, right? I'm very thin today.
Order a cheeseburger for the girl, please.
Maybe two, right?
Lady needs a cheeseburger. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be here all week. Good morning and hello to all of our friends watching on Halloween Day. People all over the country are excited to celebrate a spooktacular holiday today. And as my friend, my former, well, he's still my friend, Bowman Body, who we lost about a month ago, I'm going to steal one of his lines, and I'm sure he'd be okay with it. It's going to be horrible.
It's horrible. He was the absolute greatest, and I'm glad that you brought him up. I had a chance to cross paths with him over the years. Such a special human being.
Yeah, and so,
the epitome of living Halloween each and every day of the year.
Every day of the year.
Which is a lot of fun and very, very special.
Yeah.
But we're having fun too. I call this kind of Halloween abbreviated because we're not like in the full costume.
This is as full as I'm going to get, baby.
I know. Well, you know what? I told Bill that he looks like, if there was a Halloween circus, he looks like the ringmaster. So there you go.
Clown was what she meant.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be, but we'll just call me the Skeleton Queen or something
nice.
like
I
that.
like that.
So
okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it today.
Okay.
So whether you're trick-or-treating or going to a fun Halloween party tonight, I'm doing both. The right makeup can add just the right amount of pizzazz. Award-winning makeup artist AJ Slays is outside in our CBS 6 backyard weather garden, and he's brought along 2 models for a demo today. You do not want to miss that coming up in our second half hour.
And AJ was kind enough to touch up my beard a little bit with the orange a little bit, so I appreciate that as well. All right, even though it is Halloween, Christmas is just around the corner, and the Fatherhood Foundation of Virginia is looking forward to their annual Father Christmas campaign now underway. Our good friend Chris Beach is here, and he's going to tell you how you can nominate a deserving father during the holiday season. Father Christmas over there, he'll share the details coming up in a few minutes.
And you know you want to make plans to come on out and have a shucking good time at Altria Theater. Broadway and Richmond brought Shuck to the River City this week. Tyler Joseph Ellis and Maya Langerstam are here to tell us all about this live production. I was fortunate enough to see it last night. It is so good, funny, loved it. Highly recommended. 2 thumbs up.
Look at you going out on a school night.
I know,
yucking it up.
I know. I'm going out. I'm going to the theater.
Yeah, very good.
At night. Well, according to some reports, it's estimated that Americans spent a record $12.2 billion on Halloween last year, with $4.1 billion on costumes alone. I'm not surprised by that because I feel
you spent $2 billion on these rings, and
yes, I actually kind of like these rings. I think I'm going to wear it when it's not Halloween.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
That's a good look for you. The other hand, I don't know about that one. Before we head to break, we want to share a clip of our favorite Halloween costumes. Take a look at this.
I've had a lot of favorite Halloween costumes, but I have to say that one I wore last year for my daughter's birthday ended up being one of my absolute favorites. Her birthday is in October, just a few days before Halloween, so I dressed up as her mummy.
One year I had just had surgery right before Halloween and I couldn't walk, so I was in a wheelchair. I was a patient and my best friend ended up being the doctor, and she pushed me around the neighborhood and it worked out perfectly.
My favorite Halloween costume was dressing up like Tomb Raider. It was like a Power Woman costume.
I did Uncle Sam a couple of times because they had the beard, and it absolutely popped. I loved it.
Probably a cheerleader.
Ooh, probably when I was about 8, I was strawberry shortcake.
That's tough because my aunt used to make us any kind of costume we wanted. So I've been a mouse, a pumpkin. I even had a poodle skirt once. But I'd have to say my favorite, I don't know, that year that we did the show and we were dressed, I was dressed like a princess from Coming to America, and everyone was dressed up. We had the most rambunctious show, and I might be able to pull that out of the closet again this year.
All right, and there's the princess now. We found the images that Andreas was talking about. Some great pictures from our Halloween show back in 2021. And to this day, not just because she wore that outfit, but I always call her princess. Look at the crew there.
Everybody looks great.
Yeah, that was fun. Stick around, we'll be right back.
And now,
Virginia This Morning.
Happy Halloween to you. Little Friday, whatever you want to call it. It is October 31st, and we are having a great time right now, well after 9 o'clock. Virginia This Morning is in full effect as we speak. I'm Amy Lacey with Mr. Bill Boo Bevins.
Spooky old Bill Bevins.
Spooky old Bill Bevins.
Yeah.
We're super jazzed to have you tune into our one-of-a-kind show this morning.
Going to have a lot of fun today. We always have a great time, and we are able to share some helpful and actually some good information as we have all that fun. So let's get it started. If you are just tuning in, first of all, welcome to Virginia This Morning and happy Halloween. Now, in case you missed a few minutes ago when we were getting started, we want to share a recap of some of what is actually coming up on today's show, including the guest that we are featuring.
Yeah, award-winning makeup artist AJ Slays right there. Slaying it up is here, and he's going to share some fun and easy tips to turn heads just in time for Halloween festivities tonight. We will head outside later on today's live show.
Wow, they look great. And actors Tyler Joseph Ellis and Maya Langerstram are here in our studio, and they are two of the stars in the production of Shocked, now on stage at the Altria Theater. I'm going to talk to them in about 15 minutes. Looking forward to that. Now, before we head to a quick break, let's check in with our friends from VCU Health.
This segment is sponsored by VCU Health.
The doctor is in and you have questions. October is National Audiology Awareness Month, and today we're joined by VCU Health's Dr. Valerie Davis to learn more about hearing loss and the importance of taking care of your hearing. Thank you for being with us today, Dr. Davis.
Thank you for having me.
Start off by explaining what services are available with audiologists at VCU Health.
Absolutely. We provide a wide range of hearing diagnostic and management options for patients of all ages here. The hearing evaluations include both behavioral and electrophysiological type testing. We also offer different device options, and that can include anything from traditional hearing aids to cochlear implants, bone-anchored hearing implants, musicians' earplugs, hearing protection, or swim plugs. We also offer balance testing for potential inner ear involvement in patients who may have vertigo or dizziness.
So what are some of the signs of hearing loss?
So some of the bigger signs, one of them is asking others to repeat what they say. So if you find that happening, especially more often, that could be a sign. Also, other people believe that the people around them are mumbling, and that can also be a sign. In addition to that, patients will describe that hearing and background noise is more challenging. And another one is that patients will notice that volume control or the volume number on their television or radio has been inching up for the last couple years. And the last one is tinnitus, which is a ringing or a humming or hissing in your ears. All of those things can be signs of hearing loss.
So what types of hearing loss are there?
So there are three types of hearing loss. In a sensory neural type hearing loss, that hearing loss tends to be more permanent, but that happens in the sensory neural components of hearing. So basically in your inner ear or the hearing nerve and above. Then there's a conductive type hearing loss, which happens when those sensory neural components are normal, but there's a problem with the sound coming through your outer ear canal in your middle ear, which could be when you have fluid behind your eardrum or a hole in your eardrum. And a lot of times those those can be medically managed, either with by surgery potentially or in the office. And then there's mixed hearing loss, which is a combination of the two.
What can someone expect if they come in for a hearing evaluation?
Yeah, so we're going to bring a patient back and we're going to first obtain a case history from them. After that, we will tell them what we're going to do throughout the testing so they know what to expect. And at the end of the testing, we sit down with the patient and we go through the results and we go over our recommendations based on those results. So it's recommended in the United States that 1 in 8 people ages 12 and older have bilateral hearing loss. And we know that this can affect many aspects of somebody's life. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms mentioned before, it may be time to have your hearing tested.
Such important information and an alarming statistic about that. So it's so important that we are all so proactive about our hearing. And this is such great information to share with our viewers during October, which is National Audiology Awareness Month. Dr. Davis, thank you for being here today.
Again, thank you for having me.
For more information, you can visit the website. Here it is, vcuhealth.org. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after the break.
You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Information for you. Shucked. You like that?
I like that.
Shucked is the new Broadway production currently on stage at the Altria Theater, and audiences are raving about it. I concur, as I saw that show last night, and I am still smiling from ear to ear because it was that good of a time.
Thank you, Puddin'. It's corn pudding. We are happy to have actors Tyler Joseph Ellis and Maya Lagerstram from the show with us this morning. I had a friend, I would ask him, I said, have you seen Shucked? He said, I've heard about it. I said, well, what's the deal? He said, think of Hee Haw Does Broadway.
Precisely. That's exactly what it is.
That's it. And I was thinking about that last night because I'd seen some old episodes of Hee Haw, and I'm like, it's channeling that in a beautiful, beautiful way.
Yeah. Beautiful. That was initially, I think, 12 or 15 years ago, the initial sort of inception of the musical was a Hee Haw musical.
Yeah.
Wow. So you actually kind of nailed it on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what I especially loved about it was that it had a little something for everybody. It had the comedy, lots of comedy. When you go, you will laugh the whole time. Second of all, there's the love story, then there's sort of the, you know, the mystery, the bad guy kind of a thing. So it really is many shows all in one.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think it's pretty universal. I don't know who wouldn't have a fun time at Shucked.
Yeah. And you don't want to know those people.
And I don't want to know those people, please.
If they're not laughing it up and having a good time with that. Have you done lots of comedy and musicals? You're a young lady, so...
I am, yeah, we're both young ladies. I actually, most of what I've done in the past couple years has not been comedy. Yeah. It's only as of maybe last year that I started playing like funny roles, and I was like, ooh,
that's
like
fun.
this.
Yeah.
It's fun to make people laugh, and you know, last night the audience, I don't think that there was more than 5 seconds straight that people were not laughing, reacting, and that has to be great when you're performing to have that.
It's the best because they're another character in the show for us. So our first audience, we were all so discombobulated. We were like, oh wait, they're laughing, they think it's fun. Because doing it on your own for so many weeks, you forget how many jokes there are and how many funny moments there are in the show. So, I mean, just last night, I mean, we loved you guys as an audience. We're having so much fun with everyone, and we love this house. It's such a beautiful theater here.
Yes. Altria is so
stunning,
pretty.
breathtaking. So, yeah.
There are a lot of people that worked on this show that are names that people who not necessarily follow show business would know. Mm-hmm. I mean, these are some pretty heavyweight producers and directors and choreographers that got in on this. I mean, it's not Hee Haw. It's way up there above that.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have the legendary Jack O'Brien. He just won the Lifetime Tony Award.
Yeah, Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, there you go. He's a legend in the Broadway world. And then we have Robert Horn, who is also just a dream, also a Tony winner. They're like the dream team. So the fact that we're getting to work with them on this and it's just the fun little musical that it is. It's like,
well, having those people there, it couldn't wait. That's for
you couldn't wait.
It couldn't wait.
Well, we have to say, too, for a lot of folks who were in the audience last night or the past few nights that you've been there, or those who will be going the next few nights, tell us who your characters are and what roles you play.
Well, I play storyteller number 2,
Yeah.
and Maya plays storyteller number 1,
The
if you would
two of you are
believe it.
like a great team. I mean, you bounce off of each other very, very well.
That means so much.
Kind of like Bill and I.
I was gonna say,
know?
there's something going on here.
And we both have the curly hair.
It works perfectly. We're both skeletons. But yeah, our job is to sort of usher the audience like into the show. We narrate the whole thing, sort of touch base with the audience periodically throughout the show, and give you a few jokes along the way.
I think a lot of the innuendo came from the two of you because you have a lot of you, especially you.
Yeah.
A lot of those, you know, you have to be kind of that adult and know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
My daughter was with me, and a couple times she asked, "What are they talking about?" And I said, "We'll talk about that when you're 15."
Yeah, exactly. That's a later conversation.
That's a later
Yeah,
conversation.
for sure.
But she still laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed because, again, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, it's contagious too. I mean, everybody else is laughing, and you can tell it's funny. So
You can't help
enjoy
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jack O'Brien, our director, mentioned, I mean, laughter is so important, and being able to kind of share that with the neighbors around you and be like, that was hilarious, that was so fun. It really does bring people together in such a beautiful way. So bring the whole family.
Bring the whole family.
Something for everyone. Yeah.
What is one of your favorite things about this particular production and the, you know, the script and everything, and really the cast, because you have beautiful chemistry.
Oh,
The cast is the cast is just the best group of people,
Yeah.
both on stage and off. We're having so much fun. The room on the first day, because you know we're on this tour for like a year.
Yes, you are.
And
You better
so
get along.
I know.
Yeah,
I was
woof.
like, okay, what are we getting into? And I walked in on the first day and was talking to people, and we already knew each other before we started, so I already knew I liked this one. But getting to know the rest of the company, I was like, oh, we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we are gonna be just fine. And our first table read, we went,
There
Got
you
it.
go.
we did
It's gonna
it.
be pretty good.
It's gonna be pretty good.
All right,
be all right.
You guys know about this. Some things don't go as planned. We had planned originally for Halloween. I was going to be a snail, and she was going to be on my back, and her name was going to be Michelle.
Oh,
I love
Michelle.
it. Michelle.
It's Michelle.
Boom.
There you go.
What a missed opportunity.
Gave you that.
No, but I love the outfits. I really do.
No,
They're
these are
fantastic.
great. These are great.
Thank y'all for coming in.
Of course, thanks for having
So
us.
much
And thank
fun.
you, and welcome to Richmond. If you've never been here before, please come back. Bring your talents to us.
Oh,
love
we
you
will. We
so
will.
very much.
Absolutely.
Well, you still have some time to see Broadway in Richmond Shucked on stage at the Altria Theater. I highly recommend it until this Sunday, November 3rd.
Get out there and see it, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching Virginia This Morning.
All right, folks, welcome back. The Fatherhood Foundation is excited about their upcoming annual Father Christmas event. Back with us this year is our friend Chris Beats, the Chief Executive Officer of the organization, who tells us how you can nominate a deserving father during this year. And good morning to you, sir. Welcome back.
Oh, nice to be back.
You've got the red Santa pants on and the boots and the whole thing. You are Santa, and we're getting ready for one of the biggest events that the Fatherhood Foundation puts on all year.
It's one of my favorite events because it actually is giving back to the dads in the community that really deserve to be recognized. So I'm very, very excited about it.
How long is, I know we've been friends for a long time. How long has the Fatherhood Foundation been doing this?
Well, this is our 10th year. It's 10th year anniversary. So we've been doing 10 years. We've served over 180 dads, given away over $70,000, given away multiple presents, and last year gave away our first car to a dad. So very, very excited about that. And we're going to do it again this year.
Explain the basic premise of your organization for those folks who haven't heard about this before.
Yeah, Fatherhood Foundation is, at its core, a organization that helps educate men. because moms are amazing. You can't do without moms. But there are a lot of dads out there that did not have a dad in their life. So our role is to educate those men, giving them the skills they need to be a support for mom, to be a support for their children, and to be active in the lives of their families.
And that role model the kids need of that active dad.
Bingo.
And as you said, a lot of guys grow up without that. And, you know, they do fine, they do great, but now they've got kids and they need, you know, it's like they always say there's no instruction book with being a parent. Well, there kind of is, because you kind of step in there and fill that gap.
And that's what we try to do, whether we are doing it outside in the public, whether we go into the jails and teach dads how to be better dads before the baby is born. If we can get a dad present at the time of birth, the chance of them being present the rest of the life of the child goes up. So we're trying to do that before the baby is born. So we are giving dads the skills they need to be confident enough to go out and be a great father and a parent.
And they're building blocks, baby steps, so to speak, and you help them along the way. Tell us about the actual event and how people can get involved in it.
Exactly. Well, what we want to do is we want to recognize great dads. So we're going to recognize 25 great dads from across the Central Virginia region, and we're also going down into Tidewater and recognizing 10 dads down there this year. So what we do is we're looking for nominations, people to go on our site, nominate a dad. These are dads who might be facing some financial struggles, might have had hard times with illness, might have lost their job. Just dads who are doing everything they can to provide for their families and just come up short around the holidays. And what these dads are going to get is we're going to give these 25 dads $500 cash to use any way they want to during the holidays, and then also going to take care of all the presents for their kids. And for one lucky dad, we are going to give that dad a car, because one of the things we see in a lot of these nominations is they don't have reliable transportation.
Can't do the job if you can't get there conveniently.
Our friends at Auto Rescue, we're going to do it again this year, and so we're very excited to have them back.
So many people step up to help out this mission because it is so important, and that's why we're always glad to have you back. All right, do the numbers for me again. In the Richmond area, how many dads will actually be picked?
25 dads in this area, and they'll get $500 and the presents.
Okay. And then in Tidewater, you're going to do 10 dads?
10 dads, and we're going to give them $500 because we're just getting our footprint down there, and we're starting to really ramp up, so we're excited about that as well.
Tell me some success stories about dads that you've met that were struggling, having a hard time thinking, I feel so guilty, I can't get my kids the presents they want or need, I can't get them the clothes or whatever it is that's going to make their Christmas, and then you stepped in, and I'm sure you've got lots of stories.
I've got tons of it. One that really comes to mind, besides the car, which last year when we gave the car out, the gentleman was in a tragic car accident. He now walks with a limp. He has 2 little girls, and the wife passed away in the car accident.
Oh my gosh.
And they did not have a reliable source of transportation, so we were able to give that to him. But the one that really sticks out is a gentleman was calling me. He was sitting in a Target parking lot trying to figure out how he's going to buy presents for his child, and we called him as he's sitting in that Target parking lot. He just started crying in his car saying, "You don't know what you've done for me. I'm able to provide a Christmas for my family." So that right there, I mean, just the other stories of guys were able to turn their electricity back on, guys were able to pay their rent, guys were able to turn their heat back on, just because, you know, we started at $100. That's a great gesture, but $500 truly makes a difference in the life of a dad.
Thank you for all the difference you're making. And if folks want to get involved with the Fatherhood Foundation, we're going to tell them how to do that too.
That'd be great. Love to have them.
Chris, keep up the good work, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Such important stuff. I want to thank our friend Chris Beach for coming in. The Fatherhood Foundation of Virginia's Father Christmas campaign is now underway. You have a chance to nominate a deserving father now through Friday, November 15th. The main event is happening on December 19th. For more information, just visit our website, virginiathismorning.com, and then we're going to, give you the information. You can find out more, maybe try to help out a little bit with the Fatherhood Foundation. Right now, we're going to send it over to Amy.
Hey, thank you, Bill. We're proud community partners with Puritan Cleaners and the Richmond Flying Squirrels. You can join us November 9th at the Diamond for the Ballpark Warming Party, celebrating coats for kids. There will be live music out there, a lot of fun for everyone of all ages. We'll be collecting your donations of gently used coats that will be cleaned, repaired if necessary, and distributed this season to children and families who need them. Again, mark your calendar. The Ballpark Warming Party is next Saturday, November 9th. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the parking parking lot at the Diamond. And stay with us. We have much more Halloween Virginia This Morning when we come back.
You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Welcome back. Radio 1 Richmond and Anthem Health Keepers Plus are joining forces to host a free community health and wellness expo, and you are invited. Here to tell us more are Anissa Turner-Randolph, Marketing Director at Radio 1 Richmond, along with broadcast journalist Clovia Miss Community Lawrence, who needs really no introduction. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So Anissa, tell us about this. Why this partnership, and how can folks out there benefit from it?
Yes, so we're really excited. It's our first annual health and wellness event, and it's called Wellness from A to Z because we are covering mind, body, and spirit. You know, when you think of wellness, you think of it coming at it from a holistic approach, you know, and also with this being the time of the year where everybody's stepping into the holidays, we're trying to revamp ourselves for the new year. This event is going to help you jumpstart to get to that point. So that's why we're really excited about it. We're just going to be providing the public with just resources just to become a better them.
Oh, that is amazing. And of course, Miss Community Clovia.
Yes, Miss Amy.
I've known you for 20 years, and then over the past few, during my stint at VCU Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center, I saw you in action, just your passion for health and wellness in our community. You're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. You are going out there, you are doing your thing. I'm sure you love giving your voice to this type of an event.
I love it because, Amy, I believe if you be good to your body, your body is going to be good to you. And if you're having some issues and challenges, you need to get it checked up. And I think in particular with the Black and brown community, we're like, oh, just put salve on it or run some water on it and we're all good. But that is not the case. And no longer should we as a community be afraid to go to the doctor to just get checked up. And I think working closely with Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center and understanding cancer from early ages of 18 to 49, that number is rising. As per the American Cancer Society, I'm like, we have to get up close and personal with the community and make it a day of no white coats and co-pays.
Yeah, and I mean, that is so important because it's not just a matter of, you know, like you said, listening to what your uncle said you should do, or that, you know, your best friend says, oh, that happened to somebody who I know. You need to go and talk to the folks and really, really take your health seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, we want everybody to arrive alive before 2025.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, you know, Radio 1 has such a huge presence in the community, and I'm sure using this platform to reach people, to give them the information that they need to have better, healthier lives is so important to you and at your core.
Yes, it's really important, and I think the thing that I love about this event is that it's multi-generational. So we're hitting younger people, we're talking about social media and mental health. We have some mental health counselors that are going to be on panels talking about how we can navigate through those things. You know, we have young adults talking about cancer, the big C, cancer in our bodies as young adults. You know, like you were just saying, when you think about cancer, you think that's going to affect you when you're older. Not necessarily. And then we're talking about nutrition, the important foods that we eat. We're going to be talking about financial health because your money starts in your mind. So this event is truly a holistic, you know, experience for people to come and leave better than they came.
Oh my goodness, and then pass it on to other people too.
Yes, absolutely. There's power in the dirt.
And you have given your voice to so many causes in our community, and you see how that has that effect that one person gets the information and then it can spread like wildfire. So I'm sure you would hope that everyone who attends this event does the same thing.
Everyone, and from A to Z. And again, when we're talking about our young adults, because we as adults, Amy, we want to leave a legacy, not only for our children, but their children's children. And we're going to be that example. And they're going to be sponges to just soak it all up. And so any parents, grandparents, I don't care the color, come on out and be a part of this event. How's your headspace? We're parents. We're mature parents.
Yeah.
But
mature parent.
Over here. But when we're mature parents, understanding that our kids are having issues that they don't want to exactly speak with us about, because we can think we're being the greatest parent ever. We're providing shelter, love, and we're showing it. But then there's another place with their peers, that the communications are different. So these are just some of the things we want to deal with. Let's start with the headspace holistically, and then we can work it out and arrive alive in 2025.
I love that so much. I mean, I think that that's something that we all need to aim for. And when you talk about holistic, I mean, we are talking about really head to toe, A to Z.
Head to toe, A to Z, mind, body, and then something else that we're discussing is spiritual wellness as well. Like how you can quiet your mind down from those thoughts that may cause you to make decisions that aren't aligned with you. How having a spiritual relationship with your creator helps you with your mental and your physical body too. So we're really taking this event from the moment you get there at 11, we're gonna start with the mind and we're gonna end with the spirit, and it's really gonna wrap it up. And also, you know, we're gonna have a lot of vendors there too for resources and everything as well. So,
well, this is fabulous. I thank you so much for doing this, and it just shows broadcasters, there's power in giving that voice.
Yes. That's right.
And that is what we're here at Virginia this morning to do, and I know that's what Radio 1 is here to do too.
And
So.
that's what Amy does, along with Bill too.
Yeah, I mean, we do our best because there are so many folks who need the awareness, and that's what we're all here for.
Absolutely.
As Dr. Wynn at VCU Massey would say, one team, one fight.
One team, one fight.
We're here to do it. Radio 1 Richmond and Anthem Health Keepers present a free community health and wellness expo. It is this Saturday, November 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Victory Theater and Event Center. That's located at 7903 Midlothian Turnpike in Richmond. For more information, visit virginiathismorning.com. Mr. B, such a great resource for our community.
Well, of course, you have one of our heroes over there, Miss Community. Claudia is one of my heroes for sure, and thank you for coming in. Here's a veteran director who has many notable films under his belt, including a sequel in the popular Halloween franchise. He directed Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Our Evan Armour recently spoke with him about his memoir, Still Rolling Inside the Hollywood Dream Factory. Here is that conversation.
Dwight Little is a Hollywood film and TV director, and you probably know him for his work on some spooky favorites like Halloween 4 and Phantom of the Opera. He has a new book out now that lifts the lid on his star-filled career. It's called Still Rolling Inside the Hollywood Dream Factory. And we welcome Dwight now to Virginia This Morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us here on Virginia This Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So we are here to talk about your new book. Congratulations, first of all. Tell us a little bit about it, what we're going to find inside.
Well, it's called Still Rolling Inside the Hollywood Dream Factory. And it's really a learner for anybody who's interested in going into the film or television business. And I think for general audiences who just really dig movies the way I do, I think it's got a lot of behind the scenes info. But there's good storytelling about the business itself, not just how to make your first film or your first short or your first video, but how to really do this for 40 years and make a career out of it, which is a very different thing.
We've featured a lot of people on our show in the past and currently who want to make a career out of this. What do you think inspiration they'll find in the book?
I think they'll learn that to make your first video or film or short, you need to pick the thing that you are best at and that you're most passionate about. In other words, if you're going to want to make romantic comedies, don't go out and make a little horror short for your first film.
Scrolling through your website, just seeing the posters for everything that you've been involved in, it's just amazing to just sort of see that visual. What is it like for you to see it out there like that?
Well, I have these two phases of my career. I had the movie phase, which was, you know, studio movies and independent movies that were widely released. And then right around when The Sopranos came out on HBO, which is right around 2000, everybody started clamoring for television because they realized, oh, television is it's not just an episode of Columbo anymore. It's really changed. And so then I got into television because I got into the best show, which is called The Practice, which is a show with David E. Kelley. And I did that for a long time, and it was an Emmy winner. So I just got hooked on the writing of television. And then I did 20 years in television. Who knew?
I love the tagline of your book, which is Inside the Hollywood Dream Factory. I feel like a lot of people fall into two categories. One, Hollywood would be such a dream. It would be incredible to just get there and do this. And then the other side who would say, you could not pay me enough money to try to go there and make it. Was it a dream for you? Was it everything you thought it would be?
Well, I don't want to do false advertising, but for me it was. However, if you're, it's that old cliche. If you're gonna want to eat a hot dog, don't go to the hot dog factory because you'll never eat another hot dog, because it is very rough and tumble. There's a lot of bad breaks, good breaks. Not everybody's honest. I don't think there's going to be a shock for anybody to hear this. So you have to really put on your arm pads and really get in there and fight. But in an overall sense, it gave me just exactly what I hoped it would. It gave me the ability to be creative. I also, not so much in movies, but in television, I also made a very nice living, which is a nice bonus.
You really didn't hold back in this book. First of all, I want to know why this was the right time for this book. And then also, if you have any favorite stories in there. You went in there with all of the stories and the gossip. Any favorites?
Well, there's two kinds of stories. There's the production stories, which are really fun. Like one fun one is I was in India in a monsoon and our hotel was invaded by feral monkeys, and we all were forced out of the hotel by the monkeys, and we had to take refuge in the one bus that we had. So we had 30 people crammed into a bus trying to protect ourselves from these invading monkeys. And then the next day it was a monsoon rain and we couldn't get out and the river flooded and we lost our equipment. So that was a bit of a drama. But you never think, you think bad producers, but you don't think bad monkeys. But there's a lot of production stories. The second kind of story is what I call the star story, because we all know movie stars are fascinating. They're also very eccentric people generally, but fascinating to work with. Of course, the one that I worked with a lot, who has the most notoriety as a personality, is Steven Seagal, who in his day was really a huge movie star. I don't know if people remember it so much now, how big a star he was. But, he's an Aikido expert, and he's a marksman, and he's a soldier, and he's a really fascinating but challenging personality. And one night we were shooting in an alley and there were rats everywhere because we were near the restaurant where all the garbage was building up. And he came out with a pistol and just started shooting the rats. And he never missed. The thing wasn't surprising that he came out shooting rats, but that his marksmanship, we were all just like, wait a minute, he's not just an actor.
You've had such an incredible career, and to put it in this book and share it with all of us is amazing. Do you think that there are lessons that we'll all be able to apply to our lives? Not all of us have gone to Hollywood and done the things that you've done, but to sit there and read it, do you think we'll all be able to find something that we can relate to?
Yes, because I do think I threw in a little bit of wisdom of the road along the way, which doesn't apply just to either to show business or entertainment, but sort of about life itself. And I think there's some nice little learnings that I've had that will help people in almost in any field.
Well, the book is called Still Rolling Inside the Hollywood Dream Factory. Thank you so much for taking some time to share it with us, and I look forward to seeing it.
All right. Thank you so much.
And we'll share a link to the book and to Dwight's website over on our show page. Just head to virginiathismorning.com.
You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Welcome back to this Halloween edition of Virginia This Morning. We are so excited to have AJ Slay's makeup artist extraordinaire with us this morning. Just in case you get invited to that last minute party or you want to maybe dress up a little more when you're going trick-or-treating with the kids tonight, AJ, you have some ideas that folks can do at home
Yes. Well, good morning, Virginia. So
Good
nice to see you,
morning.
Amy. Yes, I am here to give you guys some tips and tricks to slay Halloween. Yes. So whether you're shopping for something in your closet or have gone to one of the Spirit Halloween stores, how we can use your makeup to bump up your look so you can be the trick and the treat. Yes, God.
So what is our first look here? I think that this is, an inspiration from Wicked.
Yes, I love to do parallelism within looks, but this definitely is inspired by the new Wicked movie that's coming out and, of course, the critically acclaimed Broadway show. So I want to show a tale of good and evil here. Glamming it up right here for the girlies that are not going to do their full face green. I don't know why you wouldn't, but, to each their own. We have a little bit of that here, tying that in. So in case you wanted to make it more wearable, you can still do a witch look right here. And then segueing into this green look right here, using cream paint, setting with a little bit of powder to give this look here, playing off of the black, the green, and the purple.
And I love the jewels there. How do those stick on?
So jewels you're gonna stick on using lash glue, and we're gonna do that on our nice fairy princess over here.
Okay.
Yes, but I wanted to bump our witch up just a little bit. We love the glamorous Halloween. It's gonna be dark outside, flash photography. We're gonna add a little bit of a glitter to her lip.
Beautiful.
Just to tie that in.
Because, Halloween is special. Even if, you don't want to do that whole face of makeup, that whole green face, you can do something at a very affordable cost to just add a little glitter to the lip or do something special just to jazz it up a little bit.
And having fun. This is the time for you to explore your look. Actually, my very first time ever doing makeup was on Halloween.
Really?
Yes, when I was 14 years old. That's the first time I actually went outside in makeup. So it's a time for people to explore yourself, explore your creative time, find a character that you love or create your own character. Don't ask how many characters I am in a week. But,
Or maybe in 1 hour.
You never know.
You never know, but it's all about having fun with life. And that is just a really beautiful look.
Thank you. Well, I have a beautiful model, Zalia, over here that is being stunning and modeling this look.
And we were talking about, should it be a smile? I think that she's given a great smirk because that is the characters that you can totally be the character.
And the super talented Cynthia Erivo's in the Wicked movie, so I wanted to pay homage to her too. She did an incredible job in just the cinematography and everything, and I wanted to show that tale of good and evil here. So it's super wearable, whether you're going to be full-on Wicked Witch of the West or the West Side, or
the West End of Richmond.
Yeah, or the West End, yes. Or you want to have it more wearable over here. Integrating the crystals, playing with the colors, a little light lash, and of course, the lip over here.
Well, let's look at this look here now of this happy fairy princess because, whenever you have evil, you have to have also the good and the positivity.
Yes, we want to be popular, darling. Yeah. Yes, we have our beautiful model over here who's going to be our fairy princess, Caitlin. So playing with glitter over here, bringing that into the hair as well, because I'm a glitter fanatic. I leave a trail of glitter wherever I go.
You need to come with my daughter because she's 7 years old, and I've been in the glitter stage for the past 4 years at my house. It is all over the floor.
It's never going to go anywhere.
All the time.
You can vacuum your floor glitter. Literally,
it
you
always
guys have
seems
glitter
to come
everywhere.
back.
All the time. So yes, we're bringing in crystals in here. I wanted it to be very ethereal, very wearable, and definitely contrasting our witch look over here. Bringing in a blush here to kind of tie in and mixing it with the eyeshadow to give this monochromatic type of look, but also having an iridescent and shimmer. Caitlin's beautiful cheekbones is highlighting, so you can kind of see this kind of monochromatic, but also holographic look here, while adding the crystals to kind of like add some dimension and light and texture to the look.
And I love what you did with this because this is just, this is almost a face of makeup that you would wear any other day of the week, but you just bumped it up a notch with the crystals and with the shimmer. I love the glitter on the lip. It's really beautiful.
Yes, and even mixing a little bit of glitter in with your lip gloss to kind of give this lip right here is super fun. Play with it. If you mess it up, you can definitely wash it off. It comes right off, you guys. So people always ask me, AJ, how do you get the crystals to stay on people's faces? And I'm like, oh my God, any given day I might have 4, 5, 6 crystals on my face for different looks in the case.
I love that about you. That's so much fun.
So what you use is lash adhesive. Now some makeup artists will use what's called spirit gum, which is a little bit hard to get your hands on. If you're at a Halloween store, you definitely can go grab some and stack up on some, but you can always get lash adhesive. You will use a little bit of lash adhesive on to the back of the crystal or whatever you're gluing to your model's face, and then you would place it on So we're just gonna add a little bit right here.
And you have those fancy tweezers there too. Where do you buy that, in a beauty store?
Yeah, Ulta, Sephora, Amazon.
Yeah.
And these ones are curved, so it's really easy to go in and
and put them on there. Well, that looks really, really beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
How would you encourage people to, if they don't have time to even go on out and maybe buy something new for tonight, just in a few hours?
Yes.
What can they do? Can they mix some colors too of what they maybe already have in their makeup bag?
Absolutely. Go into your closet, have fun, go in with no expectations. So whether you're feeling a little spooky, right, or you're feeling positive and benevolent like Caitlin is over here, go into your closet, finding a look that feels right to you, and then you're going to the makeup drawer.
Oh.
Now, I was that 14-year-old that was in my mom's makeup drawer having a lot of fun. She would come home like, where's my MAC palette? I love you, Mom. I've replaced those since then. But yes, you want to have fun. Whether it's a smoky eye, whether it's doing a cut crease, finding a different character that you really enjoy, playing with your lipstick, do the crazy colors, maybe do one side one color, one side the other, and that's the fun part about Halloween. It's endless possibilities, truly.
Will you give us inspiration? AJ slays and the models slay too.
Yes.
We'll be back after the break. Bill's gonna come on out here because this is where the party is. You're watching Virginia This Morning.
You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Well, at the beginning of the show, we told you it was going to be horrible. But it turned out fantastic.
Yeah, so much fun today.
Especially since we got to come out here and have this beautiful weather and these beautiful models. AJ, what a artistic work. It's just amazing what you're able to do.
Thank you so much. It's always fun glamming and spookifying the girls.
Yeah,
but glamming, spookifying, it's all about just having fun.
Absolutely.
Whatever your version of fun is, and that's what we've done here today. So we want to just thank everybody for joining us for this Halloween. It's been a really special day already.
Thanks to all
and it's
our
beautiful
guests
weather.
today. We had a wonderful time. Clovia, Miss Community. Thanks Chris Beach and the Fatherhood Foundation. But most importantly, thank you for watching us and happy Halloween.
Ooh.
Fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Thank
so
you.
nice to meet you.
Great. I meet you too. You're fabulous.
Thank you.
Don't smile. Don't smile.
And I love the wings, and I heard you say that you can't wait to take them off.